What? The very first line in Beowulf, and it means listen. And why is the first line of Beowulf starting with the word what or listen? Is because it is an oral poem. It is meant to be sung in the taverns or recited in the taverns. And that makes it very different to Chaucer, to Shakespeare, to Milton, all the other writers of short and long epics in English, which come out of that southern continental culture, that courtly culture, where with the end of the line rhyme and with that regular metre, with occasional variations, that makes up the vast majority of English literature. Canterbury Tales, Paradise Lost, Venus and Adonis, all the great longer form poems in English. So what makes Beowulf so different is that it is Anglo-Saxon, it's written in that West Saxon dialect, and it tells the story of a story set in Scandinavia. A Geat warrior goes to Denmark to help Hrothgar fend off the monster Grendel and his mother. And then once he's done with those two villains, he goes off and faces the dragon. It's a story of heroism, and it speaks to that pre-Christian culture right up there in the north of Europe, the last part of Europe to be Christianized. Although it's written with Christian influences, and you can see that in the theological underpinnings of Beowulf, it is largely concerned in terms of the externals with that heroic culture, the culture of battling with fate and trying to conquer death. It is a story that stands, as I mentioned, outside of the main trunk of European literature, and that's what makes it so refreshing to read, particularly when you have grown tired of these other great works. A little bit similar to the Epic of Gilgamesh, just on the periphery of the major texts in the European Western canon, so you can read them and just have that refreshing look at a culture that exists on the side of it and is quite different. I would highly recommend reading Beowulf, and there are great translations available. I would suggest a verse translation to really capture that as best we can in a modern English translation, the alliterative qualities of that versification. It is different to Chaucer and Shakespeare. It lacks those rhymes at the end of the line. There are internal alliterative qualities to the line, those consonants that give it the beat. The caesura is right in the centre of the line, which give a stately meditative quality. So finding a really good English translation that tries to retain some of those qualities, like Seamus Heaney's translation or a modern adaptation, would be my suggestion. But it's highly enjoyable to read, and I look forward to exploring the poem Beowulf further with you in 2 more videos. Thank you.